price comparison questions are a great source of easy marks. All you have to do is compare two shop offers and find the cheapest. It's the most popular exam question. It appears in nearly all exams, and it's useful in the real world when you're buying a holiday or cars or phones, etc. It's important because it's your money you're spending. So it's probably one of the very best uses of revision time. Let's see an example. Okay, well, this isn't very interesting. It's washing powder, but you get the idea. We have two shops, A and B, both sell same washing powder. Shop A sells it at a discount of 30 when 2 boxes are bought, and shop B sells it, you buy one, get the second one half price deal. How many are we buying? There's the two shops, the two posters. Does shop A or shop B offer the better value when buying 2 boxes? Good. Well, I'm glad of that because we can get 30% off on this one. Think, what are we going to do? We are going to work out the price of 2 boxes and then we're going to compare prices. Right, probably start off with shop A. Shop A, they are $9.90 and you get 30% off the total cost. So let's see, 2 times 9.9 times 0.7. If it's 30% off, then you're paying 0.7, 70%, and that equals 13.86. Okay, that's good. That is everything. That's the price. That's the 30% off. So I'm just checking I've got everything. The second one, shop B, washing powder is 9.2. If I buy one, I get the second one half price. Okay, so let's work out the half price one is going to be 4.6. So I am going to say 9.2 plus 4.6, 13.8. Oh, it's about the same price, isn't it? Alternatively, I could just say that I do the whole thing together. 9.2 plus 9.2 times 0.5 equals 13.8. Same answer, just different way of getting there, I suppose. Doesn't change. I've got to check. I've included the price. I've included this. Every bit of information on here has come into the price. Okay, shop B is the cheapest by 6p. I could go to the closest shop. I have to save 6p, really. It's not hardly worth it. But anyway, that's the question. Let's have a quick check. Have I included everything? Washing powder $9.99, 30% off. Yes. Washing powder 9.2, it's off. Yep, I've included everything. They can throw in a few wobblies, so always check you've included everything. Yes, I have. Let's have a look at the marks. I get a mark for this, which seems generous. I get a mark for actually calculating it correctly. I get a mark for knowing it's a half and 1 times 9.2, and I get a mark for calculating it correctly. And then I even get a mark for saying which one of these is the cheapest, 13.8 or 13.86. Shop B is the cheapest. 5 marks. Easy stuff. What did I do? I had a little think. I did a bit of calculations, and importantly, I checked it. Because these are quite close, I'm fairly happy with that. If there was a pound difference, I'd think I might have made a mistake, but I didn't. So that's a nice question. Let's move on to a monster question. 7 marks for this wee beastie. Malik is planning a birthday party for 25 children. He can choose a swimming party or an adventure centre. This is the pricing for a swimming party. Malik works out the total cost for each party and chooses the cheapest of the parties. Right, let's work out the total costs for the swimming party. Oh no, I'm going to have a think. I'm going to work out the price for 25 children, obviously, and compare prices. Okay, the swimming party. 320 for 20 children. Well, I've got 25, so that leaves another 5. So it's 320 plus 5 times 7.25. 356.25. You'll be pleased to know this is a calculator question. For the adventure, oh, I'd forgotten about my special offer. A third off, which means I have 2/3 to pay. So it's 356.25 times 2 divided by 3, 237.5. Okay. I've got that, and I've got that. So I've got all 3 elements, nothing else on that piece of paper. Good, I've got taken care of everything. Adventure Centre Party, 13.6 per child, 15% off the total cost. Okay, so adventure, 13.6 times 25 equals 340. 15% off, which means I pay 85%, 85% is 0.85. Remember, to go from a percentage to a fraction or a decimal, I have to divide by 100. 85 divided by 100 is 0.85. And this is 289. Oh, gosh, big difference. Clearly, swimming is cheaper. So let's just check I've got everything. That's included. I took off the 15%. Yep, swimming is the cheapest. Let's have a quick check. And the check is, have I included everything? 320 and added on 5 of those and took off a third. Well, multiplied by 2/3, yes. 13.6 per child, 15% of the total cost. Yes. Answer's yes, so I'm happy with this. This question scores 7 marks, and look at the amount of work to be done. Hardly anything at all. I get a mark for getting these 2 equations right. And I get a mark for actually making the right calculation. Brilliant. So getting the full price, getting the discount, getting the right price. I get a mark for this, for getting 13.6 times 25, because 25 kids, and for the discount, and for getting the answer right. And I get a mark for working out that 237 is smaller than 289. Crumbs. Easy marks. 7 marks. Absolutely fantastic. I had a little think. I did a very small number of calculations and I checked it. Brilliant. Okay, so let's look at what I do when I look at a paper. I think, how many are being bought? First thing I think about. Then I calculate the costs and I tick off each element. So normally there's a price, there's often a discount, or there's a delivery charge. But each one is ticked off, so I make sure I get every single piece. And then I decide which is the cheapest, which is frankly the easiest part of the entire problem. And I check, have I got everything? Are the calculations correct? Common mistakes. You are tired, you are stressed. And I'll come on to why you make mistakes on the next slide. But one common mistake is when people see 30% off, they think the price is 30% of the total, when the price is actually 70%. A lot of people do that. When you're seeing a third off, people think that the price is actually a third of the total. It's not. It's 2/3. So please don't do that. And then sometimes people forget the delivery or other extras, things at the bottom. Price, discount, delivery. Go down the whole sheet and tick it off. This is a little nasty. Probably doesn't occur in your exam, but it might do. If you're buying 2 things, say a flight and a hotel, they might say 10% off the flight, but people think it's off the whole holiday. So that's unlikely to come up, but be aware of it. Why do people make mistakes? I think it's the way the question is laid out. I think when people read this, okay, obviously I'm working out the cheapest one. That's a swimming party, 320 for 20 children. That's a lot of money. So it's only 13.6 per child, and there's a third off. Okay, now I'm going to do the question. And my mind is a jumble of bits from here, bits from there. No wonder people just pay a third, because I've seen a third. I've already got 5 facts in my head. I don't know what's going on. If we're doing this, let's forget about that one. I'm not suggesting put your hand over it or anything, but really focus on this sheet. Have I got that? Have I got that? Have I got that? And then once you've completed with that, go over to this side. Don't forget about this. 13, a child, 15% off. Yeah, I've got all that. And then you've done both. And if you really concentrate on each one individually, I think you're going to have a better chance of getting it right. Anyway, here's your opportunity to shine. Pause and practice. There's a 10-second countdown. I hope you'll pause the video and have a practice with this question. Here's the answer. I hope you did well. Obviously, I start with a little think. I'm going to work out the price of 12 months. Why? Because that's the question. 12 months internet and TV deal. And I'm going to compare prices. So, starting with Luna, fairly simple. 12-month contract, £50 a month, no setup cost. Easy cost, 12 times 50 equals 600. Where's the catch? There isn't one. I've got that, I've got everything. Okay, well, over to A1. 12-month contract, 55 a month, First 2 months free. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so 12 minus 2, so that's 10 months times 55, and there's a setup cost, which equals 585. 10 times, yeah, that's right, 585. Well, it's a little bit cheaper than that. I wonder if it's right. Or I could do it a different way. I could say 10, I could go straight in here and just say 10 times 55, so it's 550 plus the 35 to get 585. It doesn't matter which one you do. But do make sure you include 55 a month, make sure you get your free 2 months, and make sure you include your costs. This is forgotten because people have raced on, having taken 2 from 12 and thinking they've done a good job. Make sure you include everything. And there, A1 is the cheapest, say £15. Have a little check. And my check is, have I included everything? It is so easy to miss something out. Yep. Okay, I've done everything. How does this score? Well, you get 1 mark for knowing you've got to multiply 12 by 50 and 1 mark for doing it correctly with a calculator. So easy marks, really. Knowing how to calculate this is 1 mark, and doing it correctly is 1 mark. And then finally, just being able to say that A1 cable is cheaper, spotting that 585 is cheaper than 600 is worth a mark. 5 marks. Absolutely brilliant. Think, do, check. I hope you found this useful. This is a tricky question because there's lots of things going on and there's lots of easy marks to get, so it's worth getting them. And I hope we've made it a little bit easier. If you've enjoyed this video, or even if you haven't, why not subscribe and enjoy or not enjoy even more. If you're doing an exam soon, best of luck.